There are 5 secrets that nobody told you about running a successful online business. And I don't mean the kind of stuff that every entrepreneur YouTube channel have been telling you. I'm not gonna tell you to wake up at 5 a.m., get the perfect morning routine, or to find the perfect niche. I mean the real stuff, the uncomfortable stuff, the lessons that cost me clients, time, and so much money before I finally got them. And I'm sharing them today because I wish that somebody would have told me that when I got started. My name is Francis. I founded Nilli Studio, which is basically a video content agency specializing in post-production for video content creators. We are behind hundreds of videos that you've probably seen already on YouTube, from podcasts to talking heads, especially in the Bitcoin space. I built this business with no funding, no connections, no fancy setup, just a terrible website, so many hours sitting on my chair, the will to escape winter, and to escape my corporate job. These are the 5 secrets that actually move the needle. Secret number 1, own your mistakes and always be transparent. When you mess up, say so. Clearly, directly, be transparent, and make no excuse. Not so long ago, I messed up. When publishing a video for a client, the dimensions were completely off. When the client told me, I took a look and he was right. I said, you know what? You're right. I'm sorry. This is our mistake. I owned it. I apologized. Why? Well, the standard for my agency is high quality only. We're not gonna settle for anything less than that. I told the client, you know what? That's on us. This is our mistakes. Maybe it took us like 4 days to work on this video, but you know what? I'm giving it to you for free. Most people's first instinct is to minimize, deflect, or just blame other people. Never do that. Transparency in those moments is what separates those who create business that are going to be lasting for years to those who create business that are always one mistake away to completely fall off. And here's why it really matters. Your reputation follows you everywhere. If you lose people's trust, there is no recovering from that. So in the end, always be the person who says, I got that wrong, but I'm fixing it right now. That person is rare, and rare is valuable. Secret number 2, make friends with people you're working with. This might be a little counterintuitive, but hear me out. I had a client who completely shifted his content. He went from doing motion design documentaries to talking head videos. I had a great motion designer on my team, and he was taking care of this client. But talking heads was not very much in his lane. And honestly, the best business move would have been to swap him for somebody who has years of experience doing only video edits. That's not what I did. Instead, I invested a lot of time into him. I made video tutorials, gave him a ton of feedback. I set up one-on-one sessions when we would go through all of his edits. And why did I do that? Well, because we had a real relationship. And I know that if he cares about the company and what we're building together, he would always go the extra mile in a way that no contract could ever guarantee. If people working for you have no emotional connections with you or your brand, they're just waiting for the next paycheck. But if they actually care, they'll solve problems that you didn't even know existed, and they'll show up when it matters most. So here's the secret. Stop managing people and start really caring about them. Secret number 3, always give more than you expect to receive. Now, this one stings financially before it pays off. I want to be honest about that. Before I started my agency, I was a freelance video editor myself. I had one single client. He was paying me something like $25 per short, and I was spending 6 hours on each of them. Now, on paper, this is a horrible ROI, right? And I was aware of it. But here's what I knew. I had the time, I had the hunger, and I wanted each of those videos to be worth 10 times what he actually paid for. I obsessed over every cut, every transition, every caption. What ended up happening? That same client started talking to me to some of his friends and other brands. Referrals came in, bigger project came in. That $25 per short rate brought me projects and things in my life that I never could have bought with a smaller hourly rate. So the secret is this: small gestures compound. Give your time, give your effort, give your attention, and always go the extra mile, even if it doesn't make sense on a spreadsheet. You're not being naive or stupid. You're actually making an investment in things money can't buy, which is trust, opportunities, and reputation. The kind of things that will never show up on an invoice. Secret number 4, nobody is coming to save you. You make your own luck. Now, you probably heard that one before. But let me explain to you why this one feels so close to home for me. I never waited to be ready, and that's a secret. When I actually decided to start Nilli Studio, I didn't have a team and I didn't have a website. What I did is just I started editing. I started doing stuff for free for brands that I loved, and I sent it to them. I was like, if you want to use it, use it. If you don't like it, don't post it. And honestly, I was far from being the best at editing videos. But then I learned on the jobs, on real projects with real clients. And I honestly spent more hours sitting on my chair than I ever did at any corporate job that I had before. And I actually started working 10 times harder when it was for something that I was actually building for myself. And the good part about it is that it didn't even feel like work. Most people are constantly waiting for the perfect client to find them and waiting for the perfect time to launch. That moment never comes. Nobody's going to save you. No opportunity is coming to land on your lap. So in the end, make your own luck. Start before you're even ready and fix it as you go. Secret number 5, keep trying new things. Now, this last secret is actually what I'm living right now, making this video. I don't really like being on camera. I'm used to being behind the camera and making edits, and being this visible is not natural for me, but all worth it in the end, because the business that survive are not necessarily the most talented, but they're the most adaptable. So stay curious and always be willing to try new things again. These were the 5 secrets that nobody told me when I was starting my online business. And honestly, I could give you 100 more. None of these are hacks, none of these are shortcuts, but they're real. They're actually what built this business. If this was useful for you, subscribe, and I'll just keep sharing what I learned as I go. See you on the next one.